Yes.
Buzz Jock Radio.
I just felt good all day, especially today, in a great mood, a great mindset. Just felt really good. Felt really, really good.
Give you a lot of credit. You put us in a position to be successful tonight. Like I say, playoffs is when stars are made.
I treat every game the same. I didn't feel any different. It's like a regular season game to me.
Buzz Jock Radio.
Oh man! Oh, we are back! Yeah,
for the first
Listen
time.
to us. Season 6 is here. We are Fuzz Jock Radio. Just like those three Timberwolves, I am feeling great today. 2, this is the it's just like the playoffs, where this is where things are built and just good, and
Stars
just like any other day, like it's just like, hey,
Hello.
hi, this is Fuzz Jock Radio. I am one of your hosts, Fuzzy. We have our other host all the way out in California. Who's that?
C-Dubs.
And we have a host right here that has been gone since season. Well, no, you weren't gone all season 5. You came back during your reconnaissance missions a little bit, but you're back. You're back. You're back from your reconnaissance missions, and you're here to tell us all the stories throughout the season.
Hello.
It is
James.
James is here with tons of stories, and C-Dubs is back with tons of stories.
We've got a vintage episode for you.
I am
very
not the
vintage.
recording.
Unfortunately, one you might not think it because this intro's bit like bar none perfect. Like, it's been really good, but
Frame perfect, we call it, actually.
I am not prepared for this episode. You would think I would be because we had all off season to do things. Actually, to be honest, I'm not very prepared for the all season yet. We're gonna have some old sound effects, some old bits.
Why?
Because well, remember last season how we were talking about how we were gonna get a producer
Yeah.
for season 6? Yeah, and you notice there is no producer around.
The fuck?
Yeah, no producer. Well, Tom, we got a producer. His name was Tom,
Where the fuck you go?
and he decided to go back to his old job.
Not here.
Yeah, he's like, well, my team, quote unquote, wants
That's not gonna work.
me back. So there's that.
There's that.
No producer, but we had one.
Been very unprepared because we had a producer, and then he just disappeared and went back down to his old job. So if this first episode seems to be a little bit off, like maybe we cut something out or added something in post-production when you listen to the episode later,
Yeah.
it's just because I've been unprepared. I was not ready for anything, and I'm not taking responsibility for this one. I'm blaming it on Tom.
This is all Tom's fault.
Yep.
Tom's fault.
Unless it's awesome and you like it, then it's all us, baby.
Yeah, then it's all me. Then it's all me.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
So, starting it off, we'll be using the sound toppers from last season. So this episode you're gonna hear a lot of the old stuff. But throughout
Bringing it
the
back.
season, then this maybe actually this gives everybody
This is retro.
a chance to get excited for this season. Since it's a shorter season compared to all the other seasons, people are like, well, maybe I won't listen all the way through because it's not going to be as exciting. Well, we're going to add new things throughout the season. How about that? We're going to make up for Tom not being here.
We're gonna do the awesome in many ways.
It's like we're going to transform
Like
throughout the
Transformers.
season. And so then that gives the audience a reason to listen to every episode. And be excited. What are they going to bring to the table? The first episode's just like season 1. Okay?
Blah, blah, blah,
Second
blah.
one
Roll
might
out.
be like a glimpse into the future of season 13. You know, thematically, we could take this any direction we want.
Season 13, that's a long time. Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Kind of.
And it is.
Yeah,
They're
mostly,
playing
yeah.
games.
Dude, they are. And I got to be honest, man, like about a month ago, dude, I was super hyped for some baseball. You know, spring training started. That was cool. And Twins made lots of changes. Lots of big money changes that we're not used to with our front office.
Yeah, the Poleheads actually spent some money this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, signing Correa. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That.
Don't let the.
Did we even think we had a chance at him? No.
Yeah.
We thought we were
Correa,
getting
no,
Trevor
like
Story.
he was the best. He was the best player on the free agency when he was on free agency.
Correct.
It could be because he's from the Sheeton Astros and nobody wanted to hear the boos from the fans. Maybe that's why they didn't want to pick him up. But at the same time, he's still a really good player.
We got him, baby.
How long do we keep with the booing?
I don't know, dude. I never booed Marwin Gonzalez when he played for us.
Yeah, it's hard when they play for you.
Yeah.
Because he's no longer part of the institution which chose to do all the cheating.
Well, did they boo him the first
He
game?
was a cheater.
Did they boo him the first game?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't know that I've heard any Korea boos yet. It might have happened.
Everybody needs like when he comes to the team, you'd think that he'd have to get a talking to.
Everyone needs
And
a
then,
fifth chance.
hey,
Right?
now, don't you cheat here,
no cheating, you.
right?
Don't you figure out a complicated system to cheat and not tell the rest of us.
But yeah, so there's a lot of excitement, and spring training, they were looking good. A lot of things coming together, and even lots of quotes and interviews with Korea being excited about coming here. Urshela and Sanchez from the Yankees coming here. Yeah, so we got some big players and didn't quite make the moves that, we didn't make the big moves for our pitching.
We got Sonny Gray, which is fine.
Yeah.
Pagan, who is usable.
And that's the thing, though, is
But
that
that's all we got.
apart from Sonny Gray and Bundy,
Bundy too.
a lot of our pitching is still in that kind of usable range.
Usable, not World Series winning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going after?
Exactly. And after the changes with Buxton's contract, big moves for Yankees players, Astros players, big name players, there's a lot of expectation to reel in a bigger name pitcher than we have gotten so far.
How does that work if you don't put that money out there?
Well, we've seen how it works a little bit. We got a 3-5 team.
Do pitchers just come to teams when they're winning? Like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from you is that what you're saying is, or maybe what the Poleheads are looking at is the aspect of, well, we put a lot of money into our offense,
Yeah.
So the defense or the pitchers that we need are gonna come to us because we are a powerhouse team, not because we're paying them, but because we're making our shit shiny.
Yeah,
Right?
kind of.
And
It's more in the sense of like buying these big names and just not finishing the buy, kind of. It's not, you're not rounding the team out. You're going offense heavy, clearly.
Well, I was going to say another thing too is like when they signed Correa, they sold so many tickets immediately after that signing that they made enough money. They could have used it immediately to get a big name pitcher. Like they were guaranteed money because people bought their tickets just knowing Correa signed.
Yeah.
So you could have been like, hey, free pitcher.
Almost.
That's what I'm looking at is that these pitchers sure would love to play on a good team, but in my mind, these pitchers are human, and a good team doesn't put food on the table unless there's a contract involved.
Yeah,
right.
And that's
and
the contract wasn't being put out there for
for
those pitchers.
And that's where I think that the poll ads are always failing. That they think that they can just trot out this fucking good-looking team and attract pitchers to them without giving them the contracts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's where I think that the poll ads are failing. And they have always failed. They've never, in my history of watching the Twins or hearing my dad or other people around me that know more about stuff when I was littler, you know, the way they talk about it is always the bullpen, the bullpen, the bullpen, the bullpen, the bullpen.
Oh man, well I've got
and that's what's been happening this season already. Is that we're losing out in later innings because of not having a closer.
Until today, we'd been outscored something like 18-3 in the 8th inning.
Oh, by the way, we're not really sure what the stats are since we don't have Tom,
Tom,
the producer,
took our computer
or whatever he was going to be. He had all the stats for us, so when we talk about stats, don't come at us when we didn't say the right stat.
Oh, dude, I got some stats.
Because I know people are going to be mad. You know, if we're going to say that we're a sports program, we're not a sports program. We're more of a talk show, but that talk about sports, right? Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
We're kind of like a talk show that talks about sports. It's a topic that kind of dominates the amount of talk that we do, but we're not a sports show, right? We're not.
Right.
We're
a talk show.
So don't. All I'm saying, fans.
I'm
already calling these people fans after 6 seasons. Wow, I might be going a little. I might be going a little bit overboard. Fuzz Jockers. Sorry, I won't call you a fan. Fuzz Jockers, don't get mad at us.
Our loyal followers.
No, don't say that. It's only season 6, dude. Can't assume things, you know. Yeah, you got some stats?
Oh, dude, yeah, I like stats when they're interesting. Okay. I've learned about this stat calculated in baseball called win probability added. Have either of you heard about this?
No.
Win probability added.
No.
So this is a stat that kind of measures the impact, like of every play from every player, based on how much it increases their chances of winning. Right. So, I mean, some of the biggest plays that add the most win probability, a lot of times are like walk-off runs in the 9th inning, you know, because that just like it's 100% now, right?
Yeah.
So, what we see with the Twins, with win probability added, is essentially Byron Buxton. Okay, here's what I got. I forget what game this was, but there's this game where Buxton's homer, he hit a home run, and it increased the WPA from 41.2% to 86.4% for one home run.
Doubled it.
So, and it's Buxton's second biggest hit in terms of win probability added that wasn't a walk-off hit.
Yeah.
So like increasing the win probability by 30% or more with one hit. This is actually something Buxton has done 9 times in his 8-season career with the Twins. 9 times he has done a one hit that increased the win probability by over 30%, at least 30% or more. Only 2 of those were walk-offs. So seven times he has done a non-walk-off hit so clutch that it increased their winning by 30% or more.
That's amazing.
And all 7 of those times, guess what the bullpen did? they lost all 7 of those games.
Oh boy. Oh, that see?
Bummer.
And dude, it was like that first I don't know. I think it was the opener where just like we had a decent game and then lost it with the bullpen, and that was like right after we let go of Taylor Rogers, and it's like, man, that stung. Like the one guy we liked as a closer.
Yeah, that was tough.
That
was a tough loss.
But, since then, the pitching has been better than expected, I think, from our starting rotation at least.
Mm-hmm.
With what we got, Joe Ryan, Dylan Bundy, Sonny Gray. I think
Ober.
we had, Ober. And Ober and Joe Ryan are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So far,
Just serviceable.
3 times, 3 of our 5 losses were only in the late game. So, I mean, that's not our starters. That's our bullpen.
Yeah.
Roughing it up.
So
The story.
consensus is for the Twins that we're poised to do well, but we need a bullpen.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's it.
Is that the consensus? Charles, is that the consensus?
That is the consensus.
Do you want to know
I
what
agree.
Carlos Correa says?
Yeah.
Here's a quote.
Do you have a quote?
A quote from Correa.
Ooh.
Our offense hasn't got it going yet like it should. But that's what happens when you play 162 every year. There are some ups, there are some downs. We just happen to start in a down right now, but it's going to pick back up. When it picks back up, it's going to be fun again.
And baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
And this is the thing that you got to remember with baseball. It's a long season. You need a large sample size for all these different batter-pitcher matchups.
And speaking of,
and don't put it out of possibility that before trade deadline we go for some pitchers and get our bullpen looking really sharp. So, no, I'm still excited for this offense a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, to keep with your idea that it's a long season, like we didn't look very good against the Dodgers when Kershaw pitched. But that doesn't mean that the next time we play the Dodgers, we're going to go no hit through 8. I don't think that's going to happen when we play them later this season at Dodger Stadium. I don't think we're going to see the same story. I think it's going to be a much closer game.
Oh, one final thought on the Twins, speaking of the Dodgers, is that if you look at the teams that make playoffs, a lot of times they don't have winning records against winning teams. So, you shore up your division, and that's it. That's really what you got to focus on. So we're going to lose to good teams. It's inevitable, and it should be awesome.
Yes.
Oh. So not things that are stats, but some funny things about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
The minor league is always trying to test out new rule changes that they can adopt in the major leagues. So they got this new rule change now in the minor league of they take second base and they've moved it closer. So you don't have an exactly perfect square. That top of the square is, just inch down a bit. I forget by how much, and they're also making it bigger.
I get the bigger bag, but why would they move it in?
See, I'm the opposite. I can understand, okay, make it closer so the offense has less place, but why you gotta make it bigger? Like, it's like easy mode?
Bigger is for safety, for the slides and feet and step. Like, I get that part, but I just don't understand why you'd move it forward.
I don't know.
But
they like to change rules in baseball a lot lately. I don't know if you noticed that,
yeah,
but they've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they get rid of the extra inning player starts on second base?
No. That's grandfathered in now.
Is it? Oh my gosh, that'll be weird.
No, they don't.
I thought they got rid of that.
They got rid of that. They don't start.
Oh.
We're gonna have to look it up. Don't look it up now. Don't look
on.
it up now. It's gonna take too much time. Like I was just taking too much time trying to find something. Why I should just use it for next week, because we have a couple weeks to do stuff. No, you need Charles. You need to send me that. It's time for Dodger baseball, so that I can use that as a transition.
Time for Dodger baseball.
Because we need to. We still are gonna try to. We need to move on, guys.
Oh, so much baseball.
Yeah.
Because we're still in baseball, and we are only on one topic so far. We're going pretty far into the stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Times.
We love baseball. So
Yeah,
much.
that's great. That we love
Well,
the
you know, we
Twins
got
so
to get
much, but
to-
there's a lot of stuff on this marker board that we need to get through, guys.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if we're gonna get to all of it. That's
We
why it
don't
would
have
be
to,
nice
it's
if
fine.
Tom was here to keep us prepared and keep us on time.
No, we don't need Tom.
Bullshit.
We got to believe in
Dodger.
ourselves.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is Dodger baseball. It's time for Dodger baseball. It's time for Dodger baseball. You guys have it on on the notes here, right?
Baseball.
It's
Time
on.
for
It's,
Dodger
like you
baseball.
guys want to talk about Dodgers, right?
Do
Is
we?
that, it's on the
Well,
notes. You
I
guys
wanted
made the
to talk
notes.
about-
Like we need to
wanted
move
to
on.
talk
What do we
about
move on to next? Is I guess is what I'm trying to ask. Do we go on to basketball?
Baseball.
Are we done with baseball? Are we?
All I wanted to mention was that Kershaw getting pulled for that almost perfect game makes sense in a 162 game season.
Yeah.
Don't want to
only.
burn out a guy like Kershaw on his first fucking
Oh,
start.
yeah.
First start, almost doing a perfect game.
Well, there are only 23 in the whole history of the game.
I can't even think of a
understand.
Twins pitcher on our roster that could even fucking go more than 6 innings ever. It's so sad.
All right, I'm ready
Kershaw.
for
Well, there's a other. There's an other here. Other. There's a note says other under baseball. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Radio. Basketball, baby, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it.
So, are you telling me that I was trying to find that soundbite this whole time?
Talk
Oh,
Radio.
yeah, that's right. You're trying to tell me that I was trying to find that soundbite this whole time to go into Dodgers talk, and all you had to say is that the Kershaw thing. That's all it was. Oh man.
Well,
okay,
we could talk
basketball. No,
about
we're not going to
Freddie
talk about it.
Freeman.
Basketball. It's basketball time.
Back to baseball.
Because no. No rewinding here. I don't even have that soundbite yet, guys. Jeez. Okay. Once again, Tom, our producer, our brand new producer, decided to stay back down in Tampa to go back to his old job.
He's so dumb.
Which he should
Sucks.
let go
Just
of.
sucks.
Let a younger person have that job.
He's so dumb.
That's my thing. That's my thing. All these baby boomers keep on fucking keeping their job. Not saying that Tom's a baby boomer per se, but like a lot of baby boomers do this. It's like they keep their jobs till they die. And it's like they're the ones that have all the lucrative money jobs, where all the big money's coming in, and they don't give them up for the up-and-coming millennials. And we're getting to the point where millennials are going to be too old to even hold those jobs anymore.
Yeah, dude.
And then so it'll be, that's what the boomers are doing. I know it. I figured it out. The boomers are holding their jobs for their grandchildren.
Damn it, those bastards. What about us? What about us? All right.
Okay.
Personally, I just hate Tom so much.
Don't hate Tom.
All
Don't
right.
hate on him.
Okay.
He's
All
good
right.
at his job.
Yeah.
Number 32, basketball. 32. Okay, so a lot of basketball has happened since last season. And
A lot of good basketball.
with all that
Really
basketball happening, the Timberwolves got themselves into not the playoffs, they got into the play-ins.
Yes.
Where
Play-ins.
the play-ins, at the end of the season, they have to play a game, and if they win,
They make it in.
they go to the playoffs. If they lose, then they play another team. And then if they win that game, they're in the playoffs.
Ooh.
If they lose that game, then they're out.
Okay, so it's like a
Yeah.
almost like a double elimination thing. Are there secured spots in the playoffs where they don't have to
Yeah.
play the play-ins?
Up through 6, I believe.
Okay,
With the first six
Is that
seeds.
correct?
All right.
I hope that's
Yes.
correct. I don't have any notes over here. I'm
'Cause
sorry.
I think it's 7 and 8 are picked by
we don't need
the
no stinking
play-in.
notes.
perturbed. So yeah,
That play in game.
So then
was
they- so-
fucking exciting.
so the play in game,
Yeah.
they played the
Clippers.
Clippers.
Yes.
Right. And who's on the Clippers? That's your team, right? C-Dubs, since you're out in LA.
The Clippies.
Paul George or
Yeah, Paul George is really
and
good.
then Terrence Mann,
Yeah.
bunch of other people. I don't really know the Clippers that well.
So
Kawhi Leonard's on that team, but he didn't play at all.
So that game, Towns got into foul trouble in the first half. Like pretty much the first quarter. He like had 3 or 4 fouls already in the first. Like he had to sit out pretty much the whole game. And then when he was in, wasn't making a basket. Like I would like
what?
I'd like to
4
see.
points?
I would like to see his stats
4.
right now. I was gonna say. I think he only had like 4 points.
Yeah.
So everybody else had to step up, which they did. D'Lo fucking stepped up in the fourth quarter and just had a phenomenal game. And they won, and they moved on to
The playoffs.
The playoffs, and
We are off.
Their first game was the Saturday.
Against the
Yes.
Grizzlies.
Against
We got
the Grizzlies.
a set, first to 5, right?
Did you
No,
have
first to
anything
4?
else you wanted to say about that play-in game, Charles?
I just loved Pat Beverly coming through and taking over the spot of Cat not being there. That was amazing. He really led that
You
team,
really did.
considering we don't rely on that from him.
Yep. And what's neat about that is that he used to be on the Clippers, and they didn't want him
Yeah.
anymore.
Yep, they
Really?
wouldn't pay him.
So that was a very like, fuck you to
Check this shit out.
check me out, motherfuckers. So yeah, and so that it, and then we can move on to the playoffs. So the playoffs now we're against the Memphis Grizzlies, and they won their first game.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything that we're going to talk about, but
They
won.
scored lots of points.
They scored 40-some points in the first quarter,
Yeah.
That's
which is
insane.
just wild.
wild. That was wow.
Yeah.
Ant just stood up, his first playoff game, and it didn't matter to him that it was another playoff game, or that it was a playoff game. It was just another day for him.
Dude,
is
he's
what he
got
said.
he's got a great attitude about that performance. You know, he's just out there like having fun, and that's what matters. And if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. It's fun. So and I think that comes through a lot.
Yeah, he's just the dude playing a sport that he loves, right?
Yeah.
He's playing it very well. Or
When's our next game against Grizzlies?
tomorrow night. Yep.
Mhm.
Tomorrow night. So like
yeah.
7:30 p.m.
It's gonna be good. We're gonna win.
Well,
Yes, I
This
hope
is
so.
this is a very exciting Wolves team to watch this year.
They deserve to be here in the playoffs.
What's great about this Wolves team is that they all, and sorry this is all kind of general talk right now. We gotta just kind of get into it, because we're back.
We love the
But
Wolves.
like they have a bench that outperforms, and everybody. It's everybody. McDaniels is shooting threes, shooting lights out. It's all of them.
A team effort.
The fact that another point that proves it's a team effort is the Timberwolves, even though they weren't the best team in the NBA, was the highest scoring team in the NBA this season.
Yes,
because
they were.
that's
Yeah.
how much effort you get from the whole team.
Good point.
Yeah, it's not your
You
1
don't-
and 2 putting up all the buckets. It's
Exactly.
it's high scoring games.
From everyone.
Yeah,
Whole crew.
it's tight.
You know
Exciting,
what it is that
exciting
they're
Wolves
doing?
games. Watch the Wolves.
Yeah.
Basketball
you know what
is
they're doing?
fun again in Minnesota.
What are they doing?
They're communicating and looking around. That's what they're doing.
Love that
Oh,
shit.
Like what we're supposed to be doing. Is that? Did you just do that? Did you just do that? You
Dude,
look around at the.
we're always doing that because we're a team.
So, did we have anything else for this specific playoff round or game we want to talk about? Because I got something for another one.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah.
you were just watching one that was on tonight.
What was on tonight?
I was watching that one, but that's still live, so I can't talk about it.
Well, what were you talking about then? What are you talking about?
But I wanted to mention, so I haven't seen the most basketball, but I've seen enough to realize that when I watched the Pelicans last night, them scoring 16 points in the first quarter was terrible.
What?
They scored only 16 points in the first quarter.
And they're in the playoffs?
They're in the playoffs, and then they scored only 18 points in the second quarter.
How? Who are they playing against?
They were playing against the Phoenix Suns, I believe,
What are the
who are like
Suns-
the best team.
What did they score?
They scored. Actually, they only scored like 26 in the first quarter. For them, was pretty low. It was a really low scoring first quarter. Like there was 5 minutes left, and they had only put up like
Wow.
30 something points between the two teams.
Wait until one of them meets
They were
the
tired.
Timberwolves. Wait.
Yeah.
They're just tired.
Wait.
You know, I wonder. You know, you say you haven't watched the most basketball. Who do you think has watched the most basketball?
Ooh, that's a
Someone
good question.
someone has watched the most basketball. Someone.
Probably a coach.
That's a good point.
Yeah, or
Like
I'd say maybe Larry Bird.
I would say like an assistant coach.
Yeah, you're right. They would watch more than because I was just say Larry Bird was very very dedicated, but I doubt he watched video.
But what about like someone that was like a documentarian watching a coach or Larry Bird?
Ooh. Then they watch it even more than a guy doing tape.
Do you is it one time watching basketball or twice watching basketball if you watch a person watching basketball through a camera lens through a TV?
Or
Do you count that twice or once?
I think it's just once.
Maybe. It's kind of
Unless there's a mirror involved. Then
Yeah, there you go.
because then it's reversed image.
No.
Yeah. Or what if you just watch the same basketball repeatedly? Like if you're this documentarian, you got to edit your film. You're gonna watch these clips over and over.
Slashing
that's
is
our sign to move on.
like that, you know?
I think if Tom was here, he'd say, "Hey guys, move it on."
Back to baseball. Here we go.
Sorry.
No, hockey. James, that's the. I know you haven't been here all pretty much all season last season, but that's the hockey sound effects. That we're gonna get a new one sometime in the near future for season 6.
Transforming.
Because season 6 is not complete. We're in like alpha mode.
Benny.
No, we're not in alpha mode.
We're in the
we're
semi truck mode right now.
We're actually doing it.
It's poetry in motion.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Wild offs.
Wild off.
Another Minnesota team in the playoffs.
Are they
Yes.
in the playoffs or are they still playing?
They are still playing, but they secured their spot as of last night with their with the game they played. They secured their spot. They are golden. No matter what, they could lose every game from here on out. They're going to the playoffs.
Good news, everyone.
The Wild are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yay!
So that's awesome.
And this team rules. They're just like the Wolves. We talked about this last season. They're a young team who's looking around and communicating, and they understand each other. And that's why they're playing so well. And Kaprizov is also a monster. So that helps too.
And everyone has is doing a good amount of effort, not just your couple stars.
Yep. Yeah. The third line is like one of the best ones on the team, and that's not usually it's your first.
When do you hear that?
So just like the Timberwolves.
Exactly.
Wow.
The bench is good.
Kaprizov also beat and set the record for most goals ever scored by a Wild player in a season this season. He's still setting the record every game.
Man, if I had that rewind button, I would be like, I think we said that early, like last season, that we were saying that the Timberwolves and the Wild were a lot alike, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're both in the playoffs, and they're their third string and their benches are playing carrying the teams or adding, not even carrying the teams, adding to the team's wins, and
based off young players.
hopefully based off of young players, and the Twins are based off of young players pretty much, right?
Yeah, I was talking about that farm league coming up. Is a lot of our bases.
So maybe this upcoming Twins team is going to be like the Timberwolves saying they're going to go to the playoffs. Maybe
Yeah.
wink,
like
wink.
that.
Maybe we can
It's
do it this
good.
year. Let's do it this year.
I
Just,
think we're
maybe
gonna-
if you know somebody that works with them, tell them that. Tell them to make the moves. Okay. So
I'd argue that the Wild and the Wolves are being like the Twins when
Let's
they
go
were
back-
making the playoffs.
Wild are in the playoffs, and they're doing great. They got a young team, so no matter what they do, just like I was going to say the Twins. We don't know about that yet. The Wolves, just like the Wolves, no matter what happens from here on out, it's going to just add to next season,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Now,
cool.
now they have playoff experience, and they're going to use that playoff experience and bringing it to the next season with a fire under their butts,
And maybe even a championship.
and then a
Yeah,
championship.
roll the boat.
So next year for these teams, or do we want to go for it now?
Do it.
I'm just saying
Right now.
we might get it by
Right
accident
now.
this year.
I don't know if it's by accident.
I know.
I don't know.
We trip, fell, won a championship, and it just happens.
I don't
No,
know.
these are great teams.
It
They're
could be. It
they're
could be
not.
those conspiracy theories. In season 6, are we gonna start getting into sports conspiracy theories? Should we?
I think
'Cause, like, that-
I don't even
that
think
other-
sports are real. I think it's
There
all
is a talk
conspiracy.
show out there that I heard just filed for bankruptcy. So like maybe we should fill the void of conspiracy theories and talk sports conspiracy theories. You know,
Maybe.
you know the powers that be are making sure that the Twin
Yeah.
Cities teams are winning. You know, and that's how you talk about
Yeah,
conspiracies.
Big sports. Big sports is under it.
Is
again.
our sound engineer sending you messages about how Fuzzy sounds like he's crazy now? Don't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, just block him. Just block him.
Okay, so the Wild are doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mavericks,
Our local team.
our local team, the hockey Mavericks. While during our break, man, so we went on hiatus.
Right,
Right-
as
Like when there's supposed to be no sports happening at all. It's supposed to be a sports tundra, right?
which
And
is
this
the perfect
it's
weather.
supposed to be when we're supposed to like be perfect for us not to be talking about sports. We'll take our break, not prepare for the next season at all because we lose our producer Tom. We expected him to do everything for us. But there was tons of sports. And one of those sports was the Mavericks. And the Mavericks hockey team, men's hockey team, went to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Frozen 4.
And then the Frozen Four. And then they went to the final of the Frozen Four.
Yeah. Where's
Called
only
the Final Two. Right? Is that the Frozen Two? Is that what they
Yeah,
call it?
The Frozen.
Do they call it
Two.
the Frozen Two, Charles?
They do now.
Then
I'm
and
texting
then
them as we
then
speak, they're
Disney's
making the
gonna fucking
banners.
sue.
I mean, Tundras.
I like how you said a sports tundra because
It's
Like-
not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. Don't. Sorry.
It's actually Sports Abyss. It is yours.
Oh, it is? Sweet.
Yeah, it's all you.
Oh,
Dude.
sweet.
yeah, because a tundra is great weather for Minnesota, and it was a lot of Minnesota teams just like really going off in that off season. Even the Twins
wish
with
the
their
Mavs-
big contracts and big gets. But anyway, not to go back to baseball. Mavericks.
I wish the Mavs could have won a division championship, but man, am I proud of that team for just playing so well and making Mankato look great.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a thing where like the Wolves and the Wild and hopefully the Twins that the Mavericks have a young team and that this is their first time ever going to the Final Four, Frozen Four. No, the Final Two.
The final two.
Final two. That was the first time ever doing that. So then next season,
A lot of those same players
a lot of the same players.
Yep.
Right.
playing that have experience playing with each other.
And have experience going to the final Frozen 2.
Exactly. Boom. Nailed it. Next year.
Next year, we're
Next
going to
year,
win.
Division championship. Division 1 championship will be ours.
And then they're going to be like, we learned. No, actually, they're showing the Wolves and the Wild how
Yeah.
to do this.
Gentlemen, we sit
They're
at a
seasons ahead of
precipice.
everybody. Yeah.
We sit at a precipice of Minnesota
When-
sports dynasty.
When they
about
win,
to
we'll say
begin.
this is the new brand thing.
It is a precipice.
No,
Ooh.
I don't like that.
It's a
I don't like that
precipice.
one, remember? That one.
Yeah.
Football.
Football.
Oh, Yeah, football. Yeah, you got to put the ulam. The ulam.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't be sorry.
C-Dubs said football, so I thought we were talking about football.
Yeah,
Again?
both football.
Again?
Oh, football and football?
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah, football and football.
Not NFL, but USFL.
I was just gonna
is
say
Oh,
we haven't even talked about the USFL coming back.
Holy shit!
They came
It's
back
back.
on last Saturday, didn't they? They came
Yep.
back on April 16th. USFL. Did any of us watch the games?
No.
I was watching a little bit of the Tampa Bay game today, the Bandits game today, and I gotta
Nice.
say it was pretty lackluster.
Did you? Do you have the teams in front of you?
I can get them in about 2 seconds.
So the USFL is a James. I don't know
Yes.
if you know this.
This used to be
Oh, you came prepared.
a spring football season.
Remember when in the first season the jokes were about how James didn't know anything about
Oh,
sports?
man, I
Well,
was
no,
now he
kind of a
knows the
sports
most.
guy.
he's prepared. He's more prepared than I am.
Ladies, if you're looking for a sports guy, you just gotta ask them if they do a sports podcast, and then you'll know.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah,
Gonna get all the
I'm
chicks.
kind of a sports guy.
He's got a sports podcast.
Kind of a sports guy.
He's the one that brings the information to the table. Oh, he's gonna get all the chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the next CM Punk.
Yeah, USFL. This was a
Yeah, yeah.
thing, like 80s, right?
Yep.
Yeah, in 80s
Yep,
and
yep,
90s.
80s and 90s. Yeah.
And there's multiple teams.
Yep.
It was
right
popular.
Now there's 8 teams.
Yeah. What are they?
Pittsburgh Maulers, New Jersey Generals, the Michigan Panthers, Birmingham Stallions, Philadelphia Stars, Houston Gamblers, New Orleans Breakers, and the Tampa Bay Bandits. Is there one more? Oh, yeah, that's it. So
I
those are the
recognize some of
teams.
those names. Like some of those were franchises of the original USFL.
Correct.
The Bandits,
Some of them are
the
OG.
Generals.
Yep. The Bandits was the one of the best teams from the original USFL.
It was Herschel Walker as a Bandit, right?
I
That
I don't care about him.
Yeah, fuck him. I had one question about the USFL for you guys though.
Okay.
Yeah. What's that?
Do we really have this spark in us that needs to be lit aflame with more football?
Do we need?
Well, I'm okay with it.
do we need football right now? Is what you're saying?
Do we need football?
No, I don't think so. Because there's so many other sports that are happening right
That's
now.
what I'm thinking.
Do
Maybe
you think-
summertime we could do it.
Well,
but
do you think it's different because we have teams in the playoffs?
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a good
oh,
point.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Because
point.
that could be totally what it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, okay. So would it be the same if we weren't big baseball fans like we are, as well?
Yeah, maybe if we were football heads, like big
Because
pigskin heads, we'd be screaming for it.
Right now, a lot of football fans transfer over to hockey. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yes, I'd say hockey over
Basketball for sure.
or
Yeah.
baseball.
That's
I mean,
good.
no.
I mean, in Minnesota, I'm not saying.
I would say actually. See that's what's perfect about what's going on right now, and for the Sports Tundra for us to think about Sports Tundra is because normally during the Sports Tundra we don't have playoffs.
Yeah.
If we didn't have playoffs, right now we would be sitting with no sports at all,
Just baseball.
just baseball.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
if we weren't fans of baseball, then it would be nothing, right?
we'd
and
be
so
horrible people.
would
if
this
we
be enough
didn't like baseball.
time from the Super Bowl to now for us to be missing sports? AKA, and fill that with football.
I think that's a good. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think there are plenty of people who right now they don't have their hockey team's not going to the playoffs. The basketball team's already out.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, and if you, listener, think I'm wrong, send us an email to fuzzjockradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Hockey and basketball are the type of sports that
There's
if
some
you
people.
don't have your team into it in the playoffs, there's not as many people amped to watch
Yeah.
the hockey and the basketball playoffs as compared to football playoffs. Like,
Right.
no matter what sport you like, you're watching the football playoffs,
Right.
right?
That's it. Yeah,
Kinda.
that's really fair.
Even if
wonder.
even if your team is in it or not.
Well, because
Yeah.
those are like one-off games, not series.
That's a big
and-
that's a big point too.
Yeah.
That changes a lot of things because
Well, we'll see.
we'll see.
USFL.
Mhm.
We got springtime football again.
We'll see if enough people have.
It's not
don't know.
XFL. It's not the arena football.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Fans,
we'll see. We'll give
Yeah.
it a chance.
let us
chance.
know. Have you watched the USFL games?
Yeah.
And are they going to be every Saturday now, or like how does this work?
I think it goes through the weekend.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will bring you back more information about USFL.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next episode.
Tom probably had
next
all.
week.
Tom probably didn't have any of the.
That's why
because
he's-
I've heard that he hated USFL.
Yeah, he was embarrassed. That's why he dipped.
You have golf on here.
Dude, you know
Got
some golf?
news?
Yeah. So I wanted to bring this up. It's not a real big golf thing, and it kind of goes with the football. But the next big golf, called the Match, they're calling it, big golf event, is going to involve Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers on a team
Oh, God.
versus Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes for a golf game. That is going to be a big televised event. I don't know why they're playing golf, but that is going to be a humongous televised event, I guess. They're going to have, it's called The Match.
Well, they had something like this prior.
Brady and Peyton.
Yeah, right, where Peyton made that remark.
Yes.
And Tom Brady ripped his pants
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he farted.
Yeah.
But see, I don't think you're going to get that same, like,
Not with
the
Aaron
reason
Rodgers.
you watched that was for Peyton Manning
Yeah.
to play golf. Like, you wanted to see that. I'm not as interested in watching Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady play against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I really am not. I'd rather watch them play football.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, I bet it'll get me to watch.
I don't know. All I can think of is why not?
That's true.
Why not watch them
Because-
play golf? There's people that love playing golf.
Yeah.
And they'd love to see
Yeah.
their player playing
I
golf.
bet Common will love it.
Dude, and to be fair,
I'm sure you would.
the Manning's brothers are just entertaining. Like, you could watch them do
That's
things,
true.
just about anything, and,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be fun, entertaining, amusing people to watch.
Well,
Even the brother who's not a quarterback is a comedian.
yeah,
I
dude.
mean, yeah.
They're funny guys,
Hmm.
or amusing at least.
well, Eli is only funny because people poke fun at him.
He's mostly funny because his brother's there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I don't know.
football.
So that's my golf news.
Yeah. So don't go and hate on it because you might not want to watch it.
I just don't. Yeah.
I'm just confused on why it's those guys.
because they're famous.
the Mannings are
Yeah.
because the
But it's
Mannings
not
are
the
funny.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, because what do you mean?
they're big time QB.
It's Tom Brady who
Yeah.
He might rip his pants again. That would be pretty good to see.
Who might
so,
rip
you
his
know.
pants again? Who's been in the
I'd
news?
watch- I'd pay to watch that,
he's
actually.
the goat,
He is the
Yeah.
goat.
and
Maybe he'll eat some of the grass.
and it's controversial, fucking controversial. I should have controversial,
We can do some enunciation exercises before
Yeah.
we go on the air.
but it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Everyone will want to see if he says anything weird.
It's probably stupid. He's gonna
It's marketing.
He
It's
does.
all marketing.
Marketing.
branding.
That's for sure.
So we don't
They
like
will
it.
make a lot of money. Good for them.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about NFL, so that was real football talk and real football talk
And real golf talk.
and real golf
All in
talk.
one.
Did we talk about football?
Well, the only thing I have for that is LAFC is top of the conference. So go LAFC.
Go LAFC.
Go LAFC.
You know their news.
Shh.
Oh, what else you guys want to talk about?
Well, go into it.
Oh, what do you want to talk about? We could talk about video games or made up. Oh, do you want to talk? Okay.
Go into it, James. Go
Get
into it.
into it,
Like,
man.
just get into it. Like, I know we don't have Tom here, so we got to do something.
Genesis 8 is a.
What is the Genesis 8?
This is a tournament series happening in California, usually yearly, about this time of the year. It's the 8th in the series, and this is a fighting game tournament, specifically Super Smash Brothers. So, and it's a big event, technically rated as a super major, they call it.
Wait, okay, hold on. So,
This is a Smash Bros. Tournament, a
Okay.
super major.
what
The
is
eighth in a yearly series.
Okay, Genesis, because they're playing it on Sega Genesis?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Genesis
because it's the
8
beginning of the
Ban
year.
Genesis.
It's the beginning of the Smash
So,
season.
okay, so there's a Smash tournament going on? Is that
Yeah,
a
it's
Smash
this
Brothers tournament that...
this big Smash super major just happened.
What's
this
a
last
super
weekend.
major? What does that mean?
A super major means an open bracket that generally attracts players from not just nationally but globally as well.
Okay, and then we have players that we should be watching?
Oh, I just watched the finals last night, and this tournament actually had a lot of upsets of seasoned players getting kind of knocked out of bracket by some new up-and-comers, hidden bosses, as they might call them. So that was kind of cool. One guy, a New York player, goes by the name Jay Mook, is his tag. He plays Sheik, and he made it to grand finals, upsetting who did he play against? This guy IBDW, who was a recent Summit champion.
Okay. So,
You know,
in this tournament, so you threw out Sheik? What does that mean?
oh, this is a character.
Okay, so Super Smash Brothers, if you're not aware, because we got to mention, since this is normally a sports podcast,
This is esports now.
it is esports.
We're talking,
but
fighting
not a
game.
lot of people would know
Oh yeah,
about esports.
yeah.
If they're just regular. That's what makes us different. We talk about
We talk about
esports.
the controversial
Super
topics.
Smash Brothers is a video game,
Yes.
and which is a fighting video game.
A fighting video
Right.
game
All right,
featuring a all-star cast of Nintendo characters.
you need to chime in here, Charles, because you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this
I'm
conversation.
loving this.
This is Tendo.
Now, I want to ask a question about this.
Go ask a
Then
question.
do it.
So when you go through the tournament, do you have to play as the same character the whole time, or do you get to change your character throughout the
Charles.
fucking tournament?
Charles, that's exactly the question I was just going to ask.
Oh,
Because you bring up Sheik,
Yes.
and you just said it, and you went by it real
Oh
quick.
yeah.
So Sheik's a character, and you said that he played as Sheik. The question that Charles asked is the question that I was going to ask.
No, you are not locked in with a character decision. So like games are played in sets. So like you'll play a best of 3 or a best of 5, which will involve counter picks after each game of the set. So
Okay.
people will counter pick different stages, legal tournament legal stages, and can counter pick characters as well.
So what if they had the same character? Can they play against the same character? Is that allowed, or is it
Yes.
something in the tournament that doesn't allow that?
This is usually called the ditto or the mirror match in fighting games.
Okay, so they do allow it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was just curious if there was like a rule against it where like you can't play this, so you get a secondary character gets put in.
Okay, that's that which leads into my question is that do they have a main and then a second character if they know that they're going to play somebody based on what character that the other person's playing?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Character players will dedicate themselves to a main.
Oh yeah, by the way, a main to all the non-esports aficionados. Yeah, good word
Means
usage.
their main character.
Their main character. And
They,
then what,
they
and
put the
then
most effort in.
What do they call their secondary character?
Oh, that's just it.
What?
They're secondary.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So people usually do have secondaries. Then they have
sometimes,
tertiaries?
tertiaries,
tertiaries. Sometimes, probably.
Sometimes,
Depending on like the character that they are going to be playing against.
Yeah.
So how does that work? We need to get one of these esports people on the show so they
you
can
got
tell
one
us.
right here, buddy.
Oh.
Are you in the tournament?
So like,
nah, I'm
what
a
if
casual.
what if they said that I was going to be character? Can you switch your character at the? Do you have to like pick who you're gonna be like right away?
No, you can.
Do you have to proclaim it? I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
No.
You have to proclaim it.
I mean, just at the when you're playing the match, like you go to a character select screen between matches and games. So that's
do
that.
People wait to see what they're gonna pick, and then they pick.
Sometimes.
Okay.
There's even
I think
times.
that's the type of
there's
player
even
that I would be.
times
I would
where
wait. I would wait. That's if I was an esports player.
Yeah.
But I can't be because I'm not an esports.
I don't know, dude. You're pretty good on our Fortnite squad.
Whoa.
But anyway,
hey, I'm the best at Fortnite. I'm undefeated.
It's true.
That is true.
No, sometimes top players might come across a matchup against a character they're not familiar with, and they'll even take a character. They'll counterpick someone that they don't even play, just because they know that character is better in that matchup.
Well, that's cool.
And yeah, there's lots of storylines. There's Super Smash Bros. Melee has been played for over 2 decades at a tournament level. There's years of history. There's a documentary series on YouTube you could look up that's really fun. I think it's called like the Smash Brothers doc. I don't know.
Cool.
But yeah, cool storylines of top players, and we're kind of in a new era now with a lot of players playing this game online.
Okay.
And so there's a lot more accessibility.
Accessibility. So this will be something that we will keep on covering throughout the season. This is going to be something brand new for us.
Esports.
Oh, before we move on from esports, I'm not sure if you were ready.
I don't care.
So the Smash Major is happening.
Yeah, the first of the season.
Okay.
Basically.
And what I was going to mention is that did you know that there's an esports cafe in the Madison East Mall up on top of the hill?
Oh,
have you been there? If you have,
yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
No, yeah, I drove up there to the post office maybe a couple weeks ago, and yeah, dude, I saw that. I also saw what was next to it, which was really cool.
Yeah, I've already been there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was all right. So ready?
The basketball. Oh, wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
We're here.
My mouth is getting really dry.
Do you have a water? Go get a water.
It was a Pavlov joke.
Oh.
This is the main event. You got to be hydrated.
Pavlov joke. Oh, so Pavlov, Charles, is a scientist that had a dog that he would ring a bell every time he fed it. And then after a while, he decided not to feed the dog after he rang the bell. And the dog kept on salivating even though that there wasn't any food.
Yeah, there's a really good They Might Be Giants song about this actual subject.
And that's the Pavlov parody, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah.
No, not really. That's not really. But if Tom was here, he would let me know what the fucking thing is called.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know.
Deep breaths.
Main
AEW.
event.
AEW.
It's
Once
good
again,
wrestling.
we speak about AEW and nothing else. I mean, there are other. No, not just AEW. We talk about okay.
Pretty much anything
Rewind,
except
rewind,
one.
rewind button. That rewind sound. Remember how we started off the show when we were talking about how. Well, depends on if you are listening through the podcast or if you are listening via live. You might remember, depending on where things started.
Or
for
if
you.
you're outside
But,
the window right now listening.
Remember
through the
how
wall,
we were
that'd be
talking
weird.
about how Jamez and then the whole Jamez and us thing?
I remember that part.
Yeah, you remember that part? This is kind of like that, but different with AEW and all the other wrestling promotions except for one.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about that one that's led by a big racist that's on TV all the time. We won't talk about that promotion, but we'll talk about AEW. We'll talk about Impact Wrestling. We'll talk about New Japan Wrestling. We'll talk
GCW.
about
Ring of
GCW and Ring of Honor and even small promotions that we've never heard of, as long as they're not bad to their wrestlers, they're not racist, they're not homophobic. We will talk about you. If you're any of those other things that I just mentioned, fuck you.
Yes. Love
we
it.
won't talk about you.
With none due respect.
Yeah.
With none due respect, fuck you.
AEW.
AEW.
AEW. So I wanted to bring up a thing about Battle of the Belts, which
Okay.
was
So Battle of the Belts happened last weekend, and as well as Battle of the Belts 2, so we don't need to explain to you what Battle of the Belts
Yeah,
are.
we already did it.
We already explained. It already happened twice now, so
Yeah,
you already
so
know.
get with the program.
That is when AEW has a Saturday night show, and they have a bunch of title belt matches.
Yeah. Like the first time, you remember.
Right? Remember?
Yeah.
So, what's up?
so I'm gonna bring up a big thing that I thought they did was like, so their first match was for the TNT title, which they've had an ongoing story between previous champion Sammy Guevara and current champion Scorpio Sky,
Mm-hmm.
and going back and forth, and the rematch is finally, so they do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was completely shocked at the way they handled the ending by taking it away from Scorpio immediately.
Yeah, so Scorpio had the title. He won it from Sammy, and
Yeah.
he did not have a very long title reign, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. I mean, I know they've got a long-term plan here, but like, it was so weird because they just did this with Sammy with Cody,
Yeah.
where he lost the belt, won it back, got the rematch. Like, that's so weird. This is the first time they've ever done this. It's just like, huh?
It almost seems like they're restarting Cody's.
Maybe that's
storyline.
what it is. They had to fix the Cody missing, so they just were like, all right, Scorpio, you step in.
I don't. That's
Interesting.
not. But
I
that's
don't know.
not. That's
It's a
absolute-
reboot. It's the Sammy Guevara reboot.
It's a. That could be a thing that could have happened. Like I'm just spitballing here.
Mm.
I don't think that's what AEW would have done. Tony Khan's has been better at
Yeah.
book matching than just like, well, we lost a wrestler that we thought was going to be. I mean,
I did hear the idea that maybe it was a double turn where like Sammy goes heel and Scorpio turns babyface, but I didn't really see much from Scorpio to turn babyface.
other than
From
getting
it.
his we gotta explain how it ended. So he lost it, but he didn't just lose it. Sammy
He got
hit him in the balls, and
low
so
blow.
he did a low blow. Sammy did a low blow to Scorpio Sky. So when a wrestler does that, that's obviously
It's
you're a
underhanded.
heel. You know,
Yeah.
that's a heel move. That's a heel turn. So Sammy from here on out is going to be a heel because he won the title belt by cheating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
So
But that's not what you expected.
no, C-Dubs didn't expect that.
No, not at all.
So when you mentioned that to me, that was very expected, because the way I've been reading the Sammy and all it is, like we'll have to say, it includes Taekante as well. They've been going on the route of being ultimate heels since they started dating.
Yeah.
I've been saying this.
You've
from
been
the very,
expecting the heel turn.
I've been expecting the heel turn, especially the way the audience has been reacting to them. Like any good wrestler, and this also comes to Cody. Any good wrestler goes along with their audience once they start realizing, hey, this is the way the audience wants us to go.
Yeah, if they're not respected as a babyface anymore.
As soon as Sammy and Ty got the hate, which is basically right away, as soon as they started publicly dating.
Yeah.
And who knows how long oh man, all this shit, and people are going to be mad when I say this stuff because people just assume that those two were cheating on people and exes and stuff like that. But it's like,
I don't know nothing.
This is a show, motherfuckers. We don't know these people.
Yeah.
And to assume that you know what's going on behind the scenes, behind a TV show, behind something that we know has a tendency to have long, drawn-out storylines.
Yes.
That we have no idea what's going on anymore.
Right.
Like AEW has done such a good job at blurring the lines between reality, perceived reality, and wrestling.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling, right?
Well, and also they just got a really good handle on constructing narrative. That I haven't seen in wrestling since I was younger, and it's been awesome.
And so I expected that. I expected that heel turn. And they've been playing it out hardcore,
Yeah. I just, like you just said, constructing the narrative, I really think they must have done a good job at setting up the match for the heel to do the low blow, because I was actually watching it with Fuzzy, and right before Sammy does it, I was sitting there going, when's Scorpio going to give him a low blow? And then about a minute later, Sammy does it, and I was shocked. I was floored, because I was like, wait a minute. That's not how this is supposed to happen. This is supposed to be Scorpio doing the underhanded deed.
They smoked and mirrors you good.
And I gotta say, and we're doing it as well. Something that I mentioned is that after that match, nobody's going to talk about how awesome that match was. They're just going to talk about Ty and Sammy and how they're a heel, which is exactly what a heel does.
Yeah. They take over
they take over the narrative. And that match, I haven't seen it yet, but from the reaction, Charles, was a fucking spectacular match.
Oh, it's great.
Because Scorpio Sky is a fucking great wrestler.
Phenomenal.
And Sammy Guevara is a fucking great wrestler.
They're good.
Yeah.
And yeah, if this means that's a double heel, if it's a double turn, I would love to see Scorpio Sky come back as a babyface, and get rid of Ethan Page, or Ethan Page is becoming a babyface. I don't know.
Fine with me too.
And get rid of Dan Lambert, who obviously is a heel.
He's a heel
because he's. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want Kenny back.
I want Kenny back,
dude. I'm ready for Adam Cole to take the title, because I'm an Adam Cole fan.
Bay.
Which is weird, because like this guy just looks fucking greasy. His wrestling persona is just like, fuck this guy. Yeah, very, very narcissistic, full of himself. But seeing one like off the cuff clip of some of these guys doing like a video cast or whatever.
Yeah, the Twitch.
Was it Zero Uno?
Yeah, Uno. Yep.
Yeah, it was doing just a Twitch stream and had Adam Cole on there and Danhausen, and they're just doing like this Nintendo 64 game quiz, trivia, taking screenshots, identifying the game. And I'm thinking, oh, Danhausen, he's this weirdo comedy guy. He's gonna nail it. He's probably super nerdy and knows all this stuff. But this is like Adam Cole just comes out with all the fucking Nintendo knowledge, and Danhausen's like, I played PlayStation.
Yeah.
Didn't know any of the stuff.
That's
But
great.
yeah, like Adam Cole is just like the exact opposite of his fucking wrestling persona.
Real life Adam Cole seems
Dude,
really
he's
cool.
yeah. And
Yeah.
very down to earth. Very much so.
and that's really cool to see, and then appreciate the performance too then more because of that.
So another thing that happened over this weekend was New Japan had a pay-per-view. And there was a lot of stuff that happened in this. I'm not going to go over all of it because there was a ton. But Eddie Kingston's definitely involved in some stuff in New Japan now, so that's great.
Oh.
But so John Moxley wrestled Will Ospreay, two amazing wrestlers, two of the best in New Japan who are not like Japanese born. Like, you know, he's Will Ospreay is from Great Britain, and fucking Moxley is from Cincinnati. Like, they are two different dudes, but they fucking wrestled amazing match, gotta say, fucking 5 stars, whatever. But the ending of the match was completely botched. The referee counted to 3 on a kick out, called for the bell. He rolled over Ospreay into a submission, and Will Ospreay submitted, but they turned around and the guy waved off the submission because he'd already rung the bell, and everyone's looking at him weird, and like Ospreay's fucking weirded out, fucking
What?
Moxley's weirded out. The referee just stands there, and so then Moxley just DDTs the fucking ref. Puts him out. The whole time in the match, they must not have had any time to practice. They were communicating. You could hear them talking to each other the whole time. Like, which was kind of weird that they didn't have the crowd in the audio.
Yeah.
It was just the mat, which was really weird. But so you could hear them like talking and communicating the whole match. And then like, yeah, when it goes down like that, you can tell Moxley like has words with the referee and then takes him out. Like, clearly not supposed to have happened like that.
Huh.
And now they have to like make up for it, and they're saying like, it was no, he did not kick out, and Ospreay's arguing, no, I did kick. Like, it's like it doesn't work
Man.
because it just was a total
Let's do a
botch.
rematch.
Yeah, they're gonna get a rematch out of it, which is great. But man,
They
for
both
like what was a 5-star match, awful ending. It was so awkward. Everyone in the audience is silent. Moxley looks at the guy all weird. Ospreay's just like tapping out because that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Wow, dude.
It's horrible.
that is
But
that
the
is
rest of it, the rest of the New Japan shit was fucking cool as hell that whole night.
nice.
Yeah.
Just,
Good matches.
Didn't
Ishii-
have that part rehearsed, I guess.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Ishii versus Minoru Suzuki was amazing too. That was hard hitting as fuck.
Dude.
But yeah.
Dude.
So, wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. Wrestling is fun again in Minnesota.
We know what that sound means.
Ooh.
Sounds means
Back
fuzzy
to
memory
baseball.
trivia.
Oh yeah.
No, we're not going back to baseball. If Tom was here, the producer, he would be like in our ear heads. I was just thinking about if we had a producer, we could have them in our earpieces
Yeah.
without the audience hearing them, and like so you'd be like, okay, you guys ready? Give a thumbs up if you're ready for the next topic, and then and if we're not, we wouldn't give a thumbs down, and then
And instead, we just flip each other off the whole time. That's really awkward.
I'm just sick of it. Okay. No. I'm not sick of it. It's fuzzy memory trivia time.
Let's do some sports trivia.
This is when I ask the. I'm moving over here.
You ask questions,
I ask the hosts a question,
and we give only the awesomest answers.
and
The more
they give
handsome
well.
answers.
They're only awesome if they're correct, James.
It's subjective. That's why I said awesomest, because if they're correct, it's not subjective. If they're
J-Maz.
awesome, it's subjective.
James, you weren't here last season, so
Just bringing it back, baby.
bringing it back.
Bringing
Okay.
it back.
So this is when I ask the hosts questions, and they answer with hosts. What am I fucking talking about? I'm just so
Bennies.
disorganized here. I'm sorry, guys. Hests. I ask the Hests questions, and then they answer them. And then if they get the answer correct, they
We
get a
win.
point. And if they get the answer wrong, they don't get a point.
But we win in a different kind of way.
What are you talking? What? Okay. Do you guys want to go and chime in, or do you guys want to go a buzz in, or round robin style?
I'll say round robin style.
Yeah, I'll do round robin.
Okay, chime in. Should I do that? Yeah, chime in.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Which running back did the Dolphins take in the 2012 NFL Draft?
Oh,
Bing.
Jameis.
that was Russell Wilson.
Incorrect. C-dubs for the steal.
Reggie Bush.
Incorrect. Lamar Miller. And sorry, C-dubs, but we didn't specify what the chime-in sound was, and so I had to take his sound as a sound.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
The batteries are running low on this
Who-
thing. The buzzer. So it's like,
like you. Who was named the August 2018 American League Player of the Month? Jameis?
2018. That was Aaron Judge.
Incorrect. C-dubs for the steal.
Jose Altuve.
Incorrect. J.D. Martinez. Where did
He plays for the Red Sox.
Dallas Cowboys tight end Jason Witten attend college?
Buzz.
C-dubs.
Oklahoma.
Incorrect. Jameis.
France.
Incorrect. Tennessee. Who won the 1982-83 NBA championship beating the Los Angeles Lakers 4-0?
Buzz.
Jameis.
The Magic.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Boston Celtics.
Incorrect. Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Oh, that's it's time for baseball.
The Steelers lost to which team in the wild card round of the 2014-2015 NFL playoffs? C-dubs.
I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Correct.
Yes. Got a
1 point.
Yes. Got a point.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was Baltimore.
I was going to
Orioles.
go through this whole page, but I don't know if we're going to go through the whole page. In 2011, Victor Cruz set a Giants record in what category?
Danglers.
Jameis.
It's a weird buzzer, dude. I don't know.
Jameis.
It was RBIs.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Receiving.
Correct. 2 points.
Yes.
Oh, those kind of Giants.
What is the name of the Buccaneers theme song? Jameis.
The Pirates' life for me.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Swashbuckle away.
Incorrect. Hey, hey, Tampa Bay.
They got to change that immediately to swashbuckle away.
Who was
Swashbuckle away.
who was fired as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2011?
This
Jameis.
is Fred Durst.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Jonathan Davis.
Incorrect. What is nickname that has followed NBA Kevin? What is NBA Kevin Garnett's nickname? What is the
Biz.
C-dubs?
Big ticket.
3 points.
Yes.
What
This
is
the
the
best round ever.
nickname of the French national soccer team?
Shit.
C-dubs.
Um,
Go. Incorrect.
It's Benny.
LaFleur.
Incorrect.
This
James.
is Benny.
Incorrect. In rugby union, how many points is a try worth?
Buzz.
C-dubs.
1.
Incorrect. James.
5?
Correct. Point for
Ooh.
James.
I knew it. the whole
Where
time.
was soccer player Freddie Abdu born?
Bing?
James.
France.
Incorrect. James. C-dubs.
Spain.
Incorrect. Ghana.
That-
Toronto FC competes against what rival for the Trillium Cup? Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
In what year did
Correct.
Jeremy's Oliver Kahn take home the FIFA World Cup Golden Ball Trophy?
Oh, that was
James.
2004.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
2000.
Incorrect. 2002. Evan Turner coincidentally made his NBA debut on which birthday?
This is mine.
James.
Which birthday?
Yeah.
Halloween.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Is 23rd.
Incorrect. 22nd.
Ugh.
How high is the crossbar from the ground in a lacrosse goal? I thought that was going to ask
yeah.
how high is fuzzy?
Is
But I'm not high at all, so that wouldn't make sense. How high is the crossbar from ground in a lacrosse goal?
I know this one is 4 feet.
Incorrect.
7 feet.
Incorrect. 6.
Ah.
What was the name? I like that way better. Just answer.
Oh yeah.
Answer.
yeah.
What is the name of the man who stabbed Monica Sales?
Jerry.
Incorrect.
George.
Gunther.
Fuck.
What city did Lindsay Meeks ask Ben to go with her in the film Fever Pitch?
Rio Grande.
Incorrect.
Abbey Road.
Incorrect. Paris.
Oh yeah.
Toronto FC first made the MLS playoffs in what year?
2015.
Correct. 2 points, James.
Wow, this is the most points they've ever been given out in one game.
This is a new season.
Dude, look at us.
How many torchbearers are involved with the 2018 Winter Olympic Games?
100.
Incorrect.
3.
Incorrect. 7,500 torchbearers. Tom Glavine pitched for which MLB team in 1991?
Braves.
The Twins.
James is correct with the Braves.
Fuck yeah.
So 3-3. NBA's Draymond Green was named Big Ten Player of the Year during his senior season at which university?
Buzz. Michigan.
No, it was fucking Duke.
Are we going to take Michigan State University as Michigan? Is that correct?
Dude, there's a lot of other.
I don't think that's correct.
What about
Michigan
you,
State
Michigan?
University is the full answer. Who was the so
that the
still
Wolverines?
still 3-3. Who was the winner of the women's singles at the French Open in 2016?
Osaka.
Incorrect. C-dubs. Garbine.
Billie Jean King.
Garbine. Incorrect. What is the first name of hockey's Lemieux?
Gordon.
Incorrect.
Lamar.
Incorrect. Mario.
Oh, dude,
Mario.
that's not.
Wow.
There's
Look
so
at that.
many Lemieux
up.
though. What about all the other Lemieux?
Tied up 3-3, and that is
3-3.
the end of.
We're experts now. See, 6 seasons.
Wow.
Dude, we know so much sports.
That's how we're gonna
Look
do
at
that.
this
This okay. So this season's fuzzy memory trivia is going to be a lot of questions. So we got to make sure to move through them.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. Okay.
Lightning rounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's the end of fuzzy memory trivia. which normally brings us to the end of the episode, which is what's going. Actually, yeah,
But
it is the end of the episode.
not this time.
No, it is. It is.
Now,
Jameis,
more baseball.
we're already an hour and 20 minutes in.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we're at the end of the episode. This is when we say, hey, thanks for listening. We don't have ads, as you noticed, and to help support us, you should go to fuzztalkshop.com and buy some t-shirts and merchandise. That would be
Dude,
wonderful.
where's the dry erase marker?
It's on the end of the pen.
I would like to thank Eric and Alex for helping us with our music.
Eric and Alex, absolutely. We need to figure out what your
DJ Eric B.
DJ
and
Eric B.
Alex J. and the Johnsons.
And we're gonna figure out what their name is, and in the future it's going to be one name combined.
Mm-hmm.
And but the people that know and have been listening to us will know that it's actually two people that are behind our songs
For now.
Um,
Until science allows.
and then maybe it's three.
Yeah.
We should probably put their names in the credits. Oh boy,
The credits are rolling right now.
Yes, we can accredit them.
I promise you guys, I'll be a lot more prepared. I'm not even in the camera shot here. Let me.
No, you're over there.
I will. Next week, I promise, guys, that I'll be more prepared. Oh, hey, new segment. Ready?
Yeah.
Right before we're ending.
I believe in you.
Oh, where did he go?
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Instead of just, well, I don't know. I'm not prepared, guys. What I was gonna say is that what we should do when we're saying our goodbyes is what we want to bring to the table next week. And next week, maybe I'll do that. If you guys don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, because I don't like to push people into doing things that they don't want to do. Which everybody should probably try to do that sometimes.
Yeah, boundaries.
Create boundaries are good.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But the thing I'm going to do next week, or what I'm going to bring to the table next week, is be more prepared, is what I'm trying to say.
Nice.
Since we were preparing to have a producer to prepare everything for us, and which caused this episode to be a little off kilter. Is that the right word?
It's upside down.
It's upside down.
I thought it went. I believe in us. You know.
Oh.
I could talk more baseball. We can.
I just want to say I didn't record the beginning of the episode.
Oh, that's all right.
So the listeners that are listening to the podcast right now, sometimes you should tune in live. Tune into a live episode, which is on every Monday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune into the live episode, and you'll get some extra tidbits.
Oh, wow.
To everybody that is listening live right now, maybe remember to download the podcast and listen to the episode, and see how we corrected the things that we did when we were alive.
Yeah, we make all the edits to make everything perfect.
It might be the same.
It
might be different.
Correct.
I won't tell you. It's a surprise. But at the same time, guys and girls and everybody else and everybody,
guys and
gals and them and they and everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
don't listen to me. Especially, just do what you want to do. Don't do things because I tell you to do them. And if you don't want to do them, just don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to be pushy.
Yeah.
Right?
Follow your heart.
Okay. So what I'm going to do
That's what it comes
is
down
I am going to be more prepared next week. See, I went on such a tangent there.
Dude, this is the tangent episode.
I'm going to bring the Timberwolves to the table next week.
Okay.
I'm going to see. I'm going to bring Timberwolves.
JMS, what are you going to bring to the table next week?
All the Timberwolves?
Yeah.
We need a bigger table.
Yeah, we're going to need a really big table. We're going to need a bigger boat.
bigger boat.
Yeah, we need the Wild to help us get that ship.
Okay.
I want to leave you with. Do you remember? Either you ever seen the cartoon Teen Titans Go? Do you remember that cartoon?
I do.
It is kind of old by now, but man, rewatching that with my son, it's funny. There's like over 300 episodes.
It's a good show.
That's awesome.
Maybe next week I'll tell you why it's
that's
become one of my new favorites.
That's what you might bring to the table. That's what you're gonna bring to the table.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, so we are at the end of the episode.
I'll let you know the rest of my baseball thoughts.
Any
next episode.
guys got anything else you want to say? Things you want to get off your chest, or
We're back.
yeah, we are. We are.
That's fun.
That's it. I want to get off my chest. We're back.
It's fun. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
You want to go to the bathroom? I mean, it has been like 127 minutes for the live people. It's been over that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the end of the episode.
See you.
With that, here we go. We will see you in the future.
What point did you know? Was it as the shot clock was ticking down, as you knew that you were going to win the game, that was your move, that you were jumping on the scorer's table and your jersey was heading into the stands?
Yeah, night before. night before. That's night before. You know, just had to get to where we need to get to, you know.
Yeah, for me, this is just the first game, so I hope there's more to come, yeah.